Topic of the video today, are the women that join matchmaking agencies, are they desperate? Is what a question was asked by one of our Rocket Club members. If you're not a member of Rocket Club, link in the description below and join our school community. So here's the question here. Are you ready? A lot of people assume the ladies in your program see Western men as the last resort for starting a family late, or that they already have everything and they just want a man as an afterthought.
What is afterthought? It's like aftershave?
Yeah. Do you have humble women, it's like in quotations, do you have humble Ukrainian women who want a partner to build a life with rather than one to join her who has already set herself up? So I actually broke this question down into 3 sections. The first part is, do they join the agency because it's a last resort? Basically, they're desperate. They got nothing. They got nothing.
Absolutely not.
Do you have women that in your database or that join the agency who are humble, not flashy? So humble, I guess it means like down to earth and live a simple life. They don't want Gucci. They don't want Prada. They don't want all that stuff.
Who doesn't want Gucci and Prada? Tell me.
Please. They all do. They all do.
Yeah, no, tell me. Like it's just like it's irrelevant. Like every girl wants nice things. Why should she not? If she doesn't want, then she's dead.
Well, there's your answer. Subscribe to the channel. And build a life. Do they want a man to build a life with rather than to him join her?
No, just think about that for a second. Imagine how much millions and billions of dollars those companies, this Gucci, this Dior, Swarovski, everything, they spend to make girls want them. And now what? They should stop wanting them? Like companies, like we support the companies. Companies spend money.
Yeah,
we want it.
I have some thoughts on that, so we will circle back. So basically, and then the last one was, do we have women who have already set up their life with their career and their job, their business or whatever, or do we have women that have nothing and they're looking for a man to join them in this journey to grow their relationship and life together? Go. Are the women that join the agency?
Where should I start, from Gucci? It's a stupid thing, guys. Like honestly, like a lot
No,
of
we'll
guys...
get to the Gucci.
Okay.
We'll get to the Gucci.
Do I get one?
We'll get to the Gucci. So, okay, let's talk about this here. So the women that join the agency, are they desperate and they've got no other options to meet a man or be with a man because no other man maybe wants them or they don't like the man? What's your experience? Because the women come through your social media and apply to be part of the agency. So what's your take on that?
Now about 90% of the ladies coming to our agency through my social media. And it's not that we advertise, free parties, come and get some gift card, if you know what I mean.
Free iPhones.
Free iPhones, yeah, like, stupid guys, rich guys who gonna spoil you and buy you a new car. Like, we don't advertise it like that. I spend a lot of time of explaining the ladies the difference in culture, in mentality, and a lot about relationship itself. Because myself, I went through some transformation over the last 7 years that we have a Hard Target. Like before Hard Target, I've been also matchmaking and I also been like coaching, not coaching guys, I wasn't coaching guys. I was translator, I was working at the socials, I was working as a letter writer at the beginning. And so I went through transformation of accepting that, there's different cultures, that Slavic culture is nice and good, but there are certain aspects that we as a women definitely have to change, like this coldness, this like ungratefulness sometimes, this emotional aspect, and etc. So when I realized that, and as you know, like I started my social media only a year ago to be able to coach ladies, because at that point I realized that I myself got to the level that I can deliver that to others, so that I got to the level that I understand almost like everything about the guys and what they're looking for. And so the girls who are joining my page are not the girls, like I'm not doing any giveaways, I don't do them like any gifts. There's really no point for them to join my page if they are not genuinely interested in content. Because there's nothing that keeping them on a page. Like, as I said, like I don't do any gifts, anything like basically that, if I would sell cosmetics, I can give like, something for free or Gucci or something. And girls genuinely join me because they want to learn more. And I do a lot of consultations, a lot for the girls right now. And when I talk to them, I do see that they are tired of dating. They are tired of unmeaningful dates from Tinder. They're tired of the guys who have no intentions of building a family. And they're coming to me saying that, at the moment, like I'm living my life anywhere, like it can be Germany, Italy, United States, Canada. We have girls everywhere. But I'm disappointed and I have my concerns. But when I saw your page and how you present the guys, I believe that you can find me a match. By saying that, does it stop them from going on a dates from other resources? I don't think so. Do I recommend them to go on a dates from other resources? Very much so. I tell them where to find these matches and where to find these dates and what the girls should do.
But not if they're dating a client.
No,
If they're an outbound.
no. I'm just talking about like in general. So when they come to the agency, the question was like, are they coming to us as a last resort? I would not call it as a last resort from the side of desperation, but they definitely come to us because they have more trust in our agency than in finding somebody on a dating app. Does it make sense?
Yeah, also because it's an interesting word, this word desperate, and people have used this for years. Like whenever they used to describe like men going to meet Ukrainian women, they would always say like desperate old men. Like it's the headline, right? And I never really understood it. And I think I made a video about it like years and years ago. I never understood the whole desperate thing because if somebody was desperate, they would accept anything, right? So if you were in the desert somewhere and you were
Hungry.
desperate for a drink, you're not going to be looking for a glass of champagne, are you? You're going to be looking for
Or Gucci.
or Gucci. You're going to just drink like whatever dirty water is there, right? So it was actually someone said something to me a couple of weeks ago, and they said that about they don't really want to be introduced to women who are desperate. And I said, but what is desperate? Because it's a sliding scale, right? So on one side there is a need, and then I'd say the other side there is like just absolute desperation. So somewhere in between there is everyone who's looking to do something. So the men are also have a need to the point of desperation. And the desperation doesn't mean that they're scrambling around and they're going crazy and they just need something. It's like maybe they want to have a family and they don't want to have a family. They don't want to be in a relationship with a Western woman, say. So there is a desperation to have a family, and so you have to find a means to achieve the ends. So everybody, in some sense, when they go to a matchmaker, has some level of desperateness in them. Make sense?
Yes, and I would say that some girls like thinking that the guys joining the agency, like they don't understand why they joining the agency because they think like what is wrong, like why this is their concern,
Yeah.
like what is wrong, why he's joining the agency. And then I explain to them, what type of guys we're working for and who are our clients and why they're joining our agency, and it makes sense. But I'm building that trust with the girls over the year, like just a year. And like we already achieved so much, we changed, the questionnaire, we're doing the videos, we like vetting them completely different, they sending us videos, like there's many different like things that we change in 1 year. I can't imagine how huge would be and significant would be changes in 5 years. But what I wanted to say as well is that the ladies are like the only, I would be honest, the only category that is really desperate, like that I feel really pain and I honestly have no idea what should I do with those ladies. I sometimes have a consultation with them. So those are usually ladies from 42 to 45 who haven't been married. They've been building their career, they've been busy, they achieved a lot, and then one day they woke up and they realized that they don't have a child. I feel extremely sorry for them. Like I have a goosebumps. But I feel bad. Like I don't know what to advise them. They really want to find a man. They want to get married. They want to have a child, and they need everything yesterday. And they come to me and they say, Luba, whatever, do whatever, But that for me is desperate. And that is the only category from all the ladies that we have, starting from 18 to 65, this all type of ladies we have. That is the only category that I personally like compared, like, taking into consideration what you said about desperate, that for me is a bit desperate because
what I would say is that that's on the end of the desperation scale of like need, like someone needs something, or even I guess it goes want and then need and then it goes desperation and then there's a scale there. And so all it means is that if she's not in that space, baby rabies we call it, then she's not as far down the scale. So she can sort of take it or leave it. She's going to be maybe a little bit more choosy. She thinks she has more time. Maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. Maybe it's also falling into the path, into the category of like maybe she's being a little bit unreasonable. But one thing I can say is it goes both ways. It's both the men and the woman as well. So the more that they want something, the more reasonable they would be. Do you think?
Yeah.
Could you say that? Like the more desperate they are, the more reasonable they could be in choosing a partner.
Depends. It depends because it depends on the type of lady. So some lady would be very reasonable and she would be like kind of like with anyone who would accept her. Like I do have one lady like that, and it's a little bit strange because if you look at her, like she has a very good profile, she has a very good career, she speaks like multiple languages, and like no matter what type of guy I would post, like she always the first to say me, like introduce me. She's 42 years old, she really wanted to have a child, and she missed it. Like she literally missed it. But in her case, it's not even missed. Like in her case, it's really, really bad. She was married before, and the guy was much older, and then he was kind of tricking her. For him, it was cool to have a younger wife. And then like when she said, it's time for me like to have a child, he said, I actually, I don't remember, he had a vasectomy or he doesn't want to have a child. So like, I mean, she got light, and so, but she's the one who would probably agree for anyone who would accept her. That is not good, but that is the only like category of all the ladies that I would say that that is their last resort. But even though it's not like last resort, our agency is just like in general, today they desperately looking for a man who is looking to have a child with them tomorrow.
When you really think about it, I'm just like thinking that the word need and the word desperate. And if a like, where does it turn from need into desperation? And desperation is just a word. Like we could use many other words probably in there, right? So maybe it's like a necessity of life. This one here. If you don't have that, where's the glue that really pulls two people together, right? If you really think deep into it, it's like she has to need you, right, in her life. Otherwise,
why does she need you?
Why does she need you, right? And then so where does that need turn into a necessity, and where is it desperation? And so the greater the necessity, is it stronger the bond, stronger the love, because you really need each other to survive in this world. And I think that if you look at it from that point of view, it's like, yeah, I do want a woman that really needs me in her life, as opposed to looking at it from the other point of view, which is I don't want a woman that's going to choose me because she has no other options.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same thing. Yeah. Kind of.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, something to think about anyway. Hopefully it does make you think.
Gucci.
Gucci. So, okay, here we are. Okay, let's talk about that.
Gucci.
Let's talk about
Gucci, please.
So, a humble woman, not flashy.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because, like, on my page, by working with a woman, like, even though I wasn't doing like coaching for them, for the 16 years, but I've been always working with women, I understand, and I'm very, very quickly can figure out her intentions. Some agencies take money, they charge for the ladies, and they promote it to the guys saying that our agency has a legit ladies because we charge money and the ladies pay. I will be honest with you guys. The only reason why the agencies charge the money is because agency wants to make money. That's all. Like, that's it. Sign. This is number one. Number two, scammer will pay twice faster, to find a new victim rather than the girl who is serious. So the girl who is serious, it can be any lady. And I do not want personally to limit ladies who are humble, who are in a screwed situation at the moment, like live, for example, in Germany, learning language and not working, like to pay fee, when they can't do it. So like I want to give them opportunity because I test girls on their sincerity, like a level of sincereness, of their interest, of their seriousness, on a psychological level that is much more important than just the financial. So when the girls, like we have a lot of now requests from the ladies who are willing to pay. And even the girls who are willing to pay the same amount of money that guys are. This usually girls from UK or United States. For them, it's not such a big money. They want to find a legit partner and they want to pay. Why do I not take this money? Because all Western matchmakers charge for both parties similar amount of money. And what they have to do is they have to close the match. So the girl paid, now now it's a must. I'm desperate to find her a match, right?
Or
so
even just dates.
I need to find her a date. But maybe like I understand that this lady, she's good, like, or whatever, but any of my clients will pick her for whatever reason. Maybe she has 2 children, maybe she's a little bit overweight, maybe she has a short hair, maybe she, I don't know, not attractive, like she has, I don't know. I know what my client's looking for. So if I take this money, I take responsibility that I have to now lie to some of my clients and say, oh, you know, such a nice girl, maybe you will talk to her.
Or do blind dates, which they do.
Yes, I have no interest in that. But by saying that, like I built very strong connection with the girls that watching me, and I trick them a lot. So we sometimes with my assistant, I have my assistant and the girl helping me with Instagram, you know, we have a group. And as soon, like, girls are very open with me, so they put their intentions like, can you find me a rich man? So immediately I take a screenshot, I send it to our group, we make fun of it, and we say, you know, between the girls, between my assistants, like we discuss that, you know, thanks for letting us know. Because the girl already showed her intentions. Will I take her in database? No. But she honest with me because she understands that the way I talk to them, it's hard to explain, but the way I talk to them on my page is like that they all of them are my friends. I'm not lying, I'm not bullshitting, but I want them to be honest with me. I want to find out their real intentions. I do a lot of different requests, surveys, polls, and then I look at the answers. I even ask, like, you know, what type of gift you want the guy to give. And so there was ladies who say, you know, I want him to give me a blanket, I want him to give me candle, I want me to, and then like iPhone, Gucci, this. I was like, thank you so much. Screenshot to the group. Vika will never let this girl go to the her application. Like she will fulfill the profile, but we will just not accept her. And that is the way it is, like we're doing that. It is a very, very manual work. Like I do everything, you know, like sometimes I have a request and I need to trick a lady. I need to find out the answer for one particular lady, and I will make sure that she will watch my story and she will reply, and I will know her real intentions. So do we have ladies who are like achieved much more and they do have flashy stuff? They do like this, like fucking brandy, you know, bags and everything. Yes, we do. And there is nothing wrong with that. Like, I mean, there are some guys, we have some clients that really, really like different brands. And maybe you guys watching and thinking that I don't care about the brands. We have clients that, you know, we had one guy, like he was like, it was even a little bit outside of the understanding, like everything was brand. Burberry, Chanel, Dior, like this, everything. But he likes it. He would understand the woman. He would not understand the woman who doesn't have these brands. So in our database, we should have
a filter, a button that they can click.
Which brand do you like?
Yeah.
But most of the ladies that are coming, I would say 90% of the ladies that are coming, they are humble. They are knowing, especially after the war started, they know the value of money.
Yeah.
They understand how difficult it is to make money. They value and cherish, you know, like what the guys are like offering and can do for them. I recently done a video. One of our clients, he sent to the lady that he's talking to, they had a chat and she was cold. And so he sent her electric blanket. And you know, I was just curious what the girls will reply, because I specifically said, kind of like trick them, and I said, I don't know what type of gift is it, even though I don't think so, but I said to them, I said, like, what type of gift is that? It's like, you know, it's not romantic. Like I thought that he will send her flowers, but he sent her the blanket. Like I wanted to play with them, you know, I wanted to show them that, you know, it's not a good gift. Everybody said like, wow, such a thoughtful guy. He saw that, like he saw that she's like cold and he sent her this, it's like such a care, such a, so for me, it's a humble ladies. Like for me, it's a ladies who can understand that and appreciate that, that the guy is thoughtful about them. So most of the ladies are humble. Do we have flashy? Yes, but again, everybody is different. For somebody that she has one handbag, you know, it's flashy, but it's not like...
There's a difference between like a woman that is trying to take advantage of a man to get flashy stuff, and a woman that like genuinely she likes to buy nice things for herself, or maybe her past partner bought nice things for her, but her intentions are not to find a man to try and extract as much money in gifts as she can. So when it comes to is she humble or flashy? Well, that's part of the matchmaking process, you know. So if you're a humble person and you live like a humble life and nothing flashy, then you should be matched with a woman that is humble. The problem that can happen is when the guy wants like the top model, the flashy girl. She knows she's flashy,
but wants her to be humble.
but wants her to be like the village girl mentality, village girl personality. And these things don't go together. You know, this is the fantasy, I guess, here, where the man wants this like super beautiful woman, but she's never been told before in her entire life that she's beautiful. No one's ever bought her anything, and he's going to buy her her first, you know, nice little handbag, and she's going to be so happy with it. This doesn't exist. So it's about being realistic as well. You know, as Luba said, there are some women out there that do like the finer things in life. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. But if it's not what you want to do, then don't date her. And women will not pretend to be humble to try and get into your good graces and be in a relationship with you, only so later on then she can get the handbags. She's not going to waste her time. It's like how Luba said before, that she messages and says, I want a rich man. She could say, I want a nice, humble man, thinking to herself that later on, you wait till we're in a relationship, I'm going to get him to buy handbags. She's not going to waste her time with that. She wants it straight off the bat. She's not going to waste time. So you don't have to worry about that. So just match within your means.
But also I want to say that most of the ladies nowadays, like, they prefer like good quality stuff. There are some people, like I have a friend who is like, she's crazy. She, no matter what dress I will put, no matter what is the brand, I don't care about brands. I don't care. Although I do have like some little things, you know, that I do have like from brands, and I can tell that they are really different from the quality.
Yeah.
You know, like, and they are like lasting for so much longer than anything, you know, and so I don't mind that. I'm not crazy about that, but some people will better buy like one bag but have it like for many years, and like, you know, and then everybody will see that she has this Gucci bag.
Okay. Right, moving on. So do we have women that kind of haven't built a life yet because they're waiting for a man to come along so they can build it together? Or is it more likely that the woman has already built a life and the man, I think the way that he wrote it was to join her, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Well, okay. So do the women in the database, have they already built a life without a man, and then the man is going to join her?
Some of them do, but some of them don't.
And some, or is it that they're just kind of waiting for a man so they build a life together?
In our profiles now, we have a lot of questions. So before the lady join, like, she feel like they sometimes get annoyed, and it's also a good indicator. Why you have such a long profile? Why there's so many questions? It will be even more if I need. So like the girls answering a lot of questions. And there are some ladies, they say, you know, I want to build career, or I want to open the business with my man. I have so many ideas. I just want like somebody to support me. There are some ladies that said, like, I've been working all my life. I want to find men, and I want to just take care of the house. I don't want to work anymore. I just want to be a housewife. There are some ladies that kind of like been maybe not jumping from relationship to relationship, but maybe she's been married for 20 years. Like, I did a consultation with a lady. She lives in US, a very nice lady. She moved to United States with her husband. She never been working. They have 3 children. The boys now like 20, 25, 27. She never been working, and so the guy unexpectedly died. And so she like shocked, because she doesn't even possibly understand, you know, what she should do, because all her life she's been taking care of the house, she's been a good housewife. It just happened, you know, now she's widowed. And she said, yes, you know, like, we had some money, some savings, and, you know, now I'm working and everything changed. But, you know, she would not mind if there would be a guy who would, like, you know, she would still be a very good housewife, because this is what she likes. Some ladies likes it, some ladies don't like it. And what Striker said very correct here is that is a part of matchmaking. So you cannot find it yourself, or if you do it like on a Tinder, you cannot find it. You can only do it. This is the huge value of matchmaking. When we match you with exactly lady that you need, or you want, or you're looking for.
Yeah.
That's why when the guy is joining us, they choosing list of ladies. You know, Striker build it so you can add a list, and you create like top list, top 1, top 2, top 3, whatever. And then I look at that. I don't immediately send your profile to all of these ladies. I go to the website and I remove the ladies, because I said this lady is high maintenance, this lady is looking for this lady is looking for that, this not willing to relocate to Australia, and that is what I do. So about 50% of the ladies, or for different guys differently, I will remove, because I know the ladies, and I know
And then
as a
also
matchmaker,
add some.
and I will add, like, I will create another list that I recommend, or the ladies who express interest. So that is the matchmaking. Like, it's exactly what matchmaking is. Otherwise, we're not different than, some AI tool. Like, that's why
Yeah.
when we went to this business show, everybody was saying like, oh, you have a matchmaking agency, like AI, never, like, it will never,
Can't
like,
work.
it can't work. Like,
Can't.
only after I talk to the lady, I hear her, I feel her, I understand her, I can introduce her to the guy. And also, just like last thing, even with the lady on our Telegram, I posted a little video that I met with one of my subscribers. She came from UK to Valencia to do the pictures. When I spoke with her, even like, she's divorced, and she's twice divorced. And if you look at her, you'll think like, oh, divorce, it's not so good. She probably not a very high quality woman. But when she told me about her situation, like how this happened, like, you would never blame her, honestly. And it's not that she would, like, you would say, oh, I need to talk to the guy and see his opinion. No, it's just literally the situation with the Slavic guys, unfortunately, sometimes. Like, that's it. And yeah, so I think that guys have a lot of concerns and a lot of fear of doing that. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, if we just go back to this here where it says, like, has she already built something for herself, or is she kind of sitting there like with nothing built yet, waiting for men to come along? So the men have different opinions too. So like, we had a consultation just the other day, and I think he was a doctor, and he said that, if I'm going to be matched with a woman, I want to have a woman who's kind of like on my level of intellect, so he can have good conversation. So maybe she would be a doctor as well, which makes sense. But if the guy was not a doctor and he was something, I don't know, maybe I don't know, was a builder, for example. Maybe he would feel intimidated with a woman who's built a career around medicine. So again, it's all part of the matching. But also, maybe 30 years ago, this would be more the default setting. The woman is sitting there waiting for a man. But like 30 years later, things are different. The world is a different place, and women do build businesses. And it may not, like, sometimes we think about workers and, oh, I get up, go to work at 8 o'clock, go home at 5, it sucks. But a lot of these women have businesses that they've built out of passion. Like some beauty
Absolutely.
business, making something, selling something online, or whatever it is, and they've built it into a successful, well, somewhat successful business, however you quantify success. And so she did that, and that's her passion. So, and that's not like she's out there working and she's like digging holes in the ground and like building houses. She's doing something that she's passionate about. So again, you have to look at every individual situation and sort of take it full, as an individual person and situation, I guess is probably the only best way to say that. But the other thing I would say here is that if she is by herself and she's not in a relationship, she's in survival mode. So she will work hard and she'll make money and she'll pay for her bills and she'll do everything because she doesn't have a man. Would she want a man to come and take care of her and look after her? Absolutely. Even a woman that has done well, let's say she is a doctor, is still looking for a man in her life,
Absolutely.
to have kids within a family with, etc. She still wants that. She's still a woman, right? She still wants to have kids. It's very, I mean, I'll say it's rare because we did a survey about this, and there was a few women, but very, very small percentage that said, I don't want to have kids for whatever reason. So again, it all comes down to the matchmaking. Not all of our guys are the same. They are far and wide and all different shapes, sizes, and different places of the world they come from and have different careers and mentalities and all that sort of stuff. The same goes for the women as well. And there are so many women there, like 2,500 now. It's not like there's like, 40 or 50 that you have to choose from. There's so many, and they're coming in every single day. So there's plenty of options there. You just got to find someone that's going to actually match you, your lifestyle, what you want, your goals, values, etc.
And for me, it's important, like, when I talk to the ladies, I understand that also there was a lady that I posted on Telegram and on our Rocket Club, and the guys say, oh, she seems like very career oriented, like she would not be, she's westernized, she would not be a good match. One thing about westernized, like for the last month, we had 3 guys who reached out to us and they said, we don't mind the lady. One is from, doesn't matter, countries, like from the West, right? So the guys are saying, like, do you have ladies that are Slavic ladies, but already live like 3-5 years in this Western world and become a little bit westernized? I don't really want to adjust too much to the new culture. This is also a request. And does it exist? Of course. But this particular lady, she wants some grant for education. So she's very educated. She's very motivated. She lives in California. And when I talked to her, like she said, like, Luba, you understand that, I will be able to combine career and family and work and everything. And, I can relate to that. Like, I don't think that anybody can, like, can blame me on any field of my life, because I do combine business and family and child and everything. And, and I think that I'm not looking divorced, you know, and like I try to combine, and that is the superpower of women. And a lot of women want to live that life when they want to be a good family person, but they also want to feel satisfied as a woman, you know, in her career or in her business or in her achievement. So, but if the guy feel that for them it's like too strong of a woman, then there is a plenty of other women who would be happy to stay at home and
Village girl.
village
You
girls.
need a village girl. But unfortunately, she will look like a village girl.